We're 1 week into my 30-day challenge. Let's talk about it.
Let's start with mentally. This one really shocked me because I've always been very mentally strong, but I feel like I've gone a layer deeper. I just feel overall better in general. The clarity of my thoughts, the focus that I have throughout the day, and what I would describe as this overwhelming sense of calmness. And I've done a lot over the last week, but I broke down the three main things that have really made the most change in the past week. One was the diet shift, two was my sleep, and three was the action of letting go. I mean, think about it this way. How would you feel if you literally had zero bloating every single day, you weren't thinking about food, you're never hungry because you're always satisfied? Imagine how much mental clarity that just brings you, and it opens you up to do so much more when you're not thinking about food all day. And that's exactly what this diet has done for me. It's literally fixed my digestion for whatever I had problems before. No more bloating. I don't have to think about it. I literally just eat to eat. One of the biggest issues I had with this diet about 3 days in is all of a sudden my energy levels crashed, and I couldn't figure out why. And as somebody who understands nutrition and has a background in nutrition, I had to take a step back and realize that before I was eating very, very voluminous food, therefore getting a lot of carbohydrates, therefore getting a lot of protein and a moderate amount of fat. Now that I took out all those carbohydrates and all of the weird like snacky foods, I wasn't getting enough calories in to sustain my energy levels. So once I transitioned from eating a lot of lean meats and transitioned into eating a lot more fatty meats, I started to skyrocket in energy again. And then I had a lot of questions and concerns about a cost of an animal-based diet. I know that meat is expensive, but that's why I talked about in the last video why you go through a company like my friends over at North Star Bison, because you are going to get the top quality meat for an actual budget option. You buy a lot, you buy in bulk, and you end up saving money. It saves me so much time from going to the grocery store, and it saves me so much money because I'm not paying those crazy prices in there. It literally is a no-brainer because you're gonna save money and you're gonna save time by going with a company like North Star Bison.
Honestly, I don't think my sleep's ever been better.
But let me tell you, in the past week, when I say my head hits the pillow and I'm out, I mean, this thing hits, I'm gone.
Which is huge for me. This probably isn't a flattering angle.
That's probably better. So I'll break down the 5 things I've been doing to get the best night's sleep. Number 1, get a consistent sleep cycle. Go to sleep at the same time, wake up at the same time. It's that simple. I don't know why more people aren't doing it. Number 2 is creating a nice, peaceful sleep environment. Making sure it's extremely dark, as quiet as you can possibly make it, and making sure that the temperature is nice and cool. I sleep at about 68 degrees now. Number 3, a lot of us have heard it and none of us do it. You have to turn your screens off about an hour before you go to bed. Get rid of that light. The next just worked for me. It might not work for you. It might be the exact opposite for you, but I started keeping my carbs earlier in the day. So all the fruit that I'm eating, I'm just putting it around my workouts, and then I have protein and fat throughout the rest of the day. And the reason I say this works for me and it might not work for you, and it might be the exact opposite, is because carbs tend to calm us down. So a lot of people have carbs in the afternoon or late evening, and it helps them sleep. But for me, it's just not the case. Next, I've been taking a magnesium supplement. Some people like to take it in the morning, some people like to take it in the evening. I just make sure I get this thing in during the day, and I sleep like a baby. I take the magnesium from Transparent Labs. If you guys want a discount code, use Scotty at checkout, save yourself 10% off, but this is the guy that I've been taking, and it's been working wonders. All right, so let's break down some goals for this next week. As I continue to go on, I really want to focus more inward. Breaking down my thoughts, being more present, and figuring out the things that affect me. That could be mentally, that could be physically, that could be emotionally, that can be spiritually. Because I think a huge part of this challenge in every area of life is just bringing awareness and then fixing the things that you're now aware of. And you can't talk about the wins without talking about the struggles. And over the past week, I've only had really one big struggle. When you cut out so much, it kind of gets lonely. Because you've been doing things the same way for so long. A quick change like this, as much as it's great, all of a sudden you just eliminated so much of the stuff that made you feel comfortable. I honestly think I have a ghost in my house because my Xbox just turns on randomly throughout the day. And just like that, it's off. And also thinking about having more downtime and me time. I'm always the guy who goes all in on everything, which I think is a great aspect, but I do believe that you need to have those moments of downtime. What I did is I took off Sunday to just be relaxed, and I can't tell you the amount of anxiety I had thinking that I had to do something, which could be a good thing and not be anything to worry about because it just means that I like to work. I love to get things done, but I do believe that we have to have that day of relaxation and rest. In the Bible, it talks about keeping the Sabbath holy, which means no work on Sundays, and so I'm really trying to live in that. I just can't get over how great I feel physically and mentally. We're only 1 week in, so I can't wait to see what I feel like after day 30. If you guys want to see me more day to day, head over to my Instagram, give me a follow, and check it out. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, if you're looking for high quality meat, head over, see my friends over at North Star Bison, use my code ScottyEats. I get absolutely nothing from it. It just lets them know that I sent you. Until next week, let's keep optimizing.